frozen to death in the Arctic Circle, or blown away by mines on the battlefield. These are the most dangerous jobs during World War II, and each one gets progressively deadlier. Number 1. Ice Convoy Sailors. The Murmansk Run. Yes, the Murmansk Run. A supply route through the Arctic Ocean for the Soviet Union during World War II. Picture this. Freezing storms, German submarines, Luftwaffe bombers, and ice thick enough to break ships in half. The Soviet sailors called it suicide by ocean, because if the Germans didn't get you, hypothermia would. Number 2. Pigeon Handler. The Feathered Messengers. They trained messenger pigeons to carry messages through gunfire, and they also cleaned up after them. Sounds easy until you realize they're diving into an open field behind enemy lines. And every sniper knows that pigeons mean messages, so they always shoot at the pigeon guy. Pigeon handlers had one of the highest shot at for no reason rates during World War II. They were basically shooting targets. Number 3. Propaganda Leaflet Droppers. This job sounds harmless until you realize you have to fly over enemy territory at low altitude just to toss papers. Leaflet droppers dropped millions of leaflets encouraging enemies to surrender, giving intel, or even spreading chaos. Pilots flew slow, low, and very visible. Anti-aircraft gunners loved them because they're easy targets. Number 4. War Correspondent Photographers. Journalists usually have to run everywhere looking for stories, but during World War II, these journalists only ran towards gunfire in the front line. Not to defend their territory or be a hero, but to show the world what's really happening through their lens. They had no weapons, no shielding protection, just a camera and a will to die. Some of the most iconic images of World War II came from people who risked their lives for it. Number 5. Mine Detectors. You just enlisted in the military. Your instructions were, walk over this field. If you explode, we know it's unsafe. Soldiers and even dogs were used to detect landmines. Human detectors used long sticks, soft steps, and a lot of prey. Some armies used rats, even guns, to trigger or sniff out explosives. In short, every step was a potential to be the last step for the mine detectors. Number 6. Body Collectors. Grave Registration Service. While most soldiers died protecting and defending their nation's honor, some died by collecting ID tags and registering the combat soldiers' deaths. These soldiers moved through still active combat zones, recovering bodies and identification tags while bullets were flying. They weren't combat troops, they didn't fight back, they just walked into horror and danger. One of the bravest and least talked about jobs in the entire war. Number 7. Human Guinea Pigs. Experimental Units. You think your job is bad? Well, try being a test subject during World War II. Prisoners of war, civilians, no one is safe. Countries ran experimental units where humans were constantly and intentionally exposed to extreme cold, oxygen deprivation, diseases, poison gases, and even new medicines. Some volunteers choose this for extra pay, but others didn't have a say. It was labeled science, but it was a nightmare. Number 8. Spy Radio Operators. As a spy radio operator, your lifespan is 90 seconds from the moment you're caught by the Gestapo. Spy operators were specifically trained agents who hid in attics, barns, and even closets while sending encrypted messages to Allied headquarters. But enemy forces carried radio direction finder tools that could detect and locate their transmissions. So they're always watching over their shoulders, because they know the Gestapo could show up at any time if their finder signal lasts too long. And if found, well, operators had 90 seconds to send a message before they had to run for their lives. Number 9. Flamethrower Operators. Terrifying for the enemy, but absolutely deadly for the flamethrower operator. They carried tanks of flammable fuel on their backs. If they got hit by enemy fire, bad. If the tank leaked, worse. Even if the operator tripped, then it's a complete disaster. Flamethrower troops had one of the shortest life expectancies in the infantry, because every enemy shot at them first. Terrifying weapon, terrifying job. Number 10. World War II glider pilots. They flew unpowered wooden gliders that carried the troops, ammunition, and supplies deep behind enemy lines. And they only had one chance to land in dangerous fields filled with obstacles, enemy fire, and rough terrain. Their plane had no engines, no armor, and no way to escape if something went wrong. Crashes were covertly common, and many were killed by flak, bad weather, or even landing accidents. So there you have it, the most dangerous jobs of World War II. Not only are all of them deadly, but most of them are inhumane. But if you want to learn more about military history, check out the video on the screen to watch embarrassing military fails in history.